What's up everyone and welcome back to another mock update. So in the past week between the last update and today's update, I've made a load of progress, not just in what I've been building, but I've also come to a decision on what era I'm going to be setting this mock in. So the decision was between a clone base and an Imperial base, and thanks to your guys' help in the comment section of last week's episode, I have decided to go with the Imperials. So I chose to go with Imperials for a number of reasons. Firstly being that I've used clones in a lot of my recent mocks, so most of my mocks recently have been clone based or at least Republic era based, and I thought I'd switch it up and have a bit of a change. I've also been working on my Imperial army, as you can see here, a lot, and I've been buying a lot of cool Imperial figs, and I definitely want to try and use them in a mock. I think this will be really awesome and I'm really excited to see how this comes along, but let's get into some of the actual build process. So the first and main thing that you will notice that I've done is I've extended this and it is now 2 grey base plates. So I've got one that's just purely filler brick at the moment. Obviously it's going to have a load of stuff on top of it. This is going to be the inside of the Imperial base. So you can see it will go from that sort of textured outside into the clean interior. Well, I'll have some cool stuff occurring, such as probably having an Imperial hover tank or something like that in there. Maybe an ATST being worked on, that sort of thing. Some other barracks and other things like that you would find in a base. So the original plan was to actually connect the 2 base plates and build them separately so they can just pop together with these Technic pins like so. However, I find this is not going to be very structurally stable, and also it's going to be quite hard to merge where the walls meet each other and that sort of thing. So I've decided to scrap that idea and just build them together from the start. This will mean that it's harder to sort of move around and transport, but it will definitely make it more structurally stable and also just easier to build in general. So I firstly took apart all these Technic pins and everything, took all that out of the mock and started to merge it together. The next thing I have to do after this is just raise it up by I think 2 plates to get it all the same level now, and then I'll come back once I've done all of that. So since that time lapse, I've now laid down another layer of plate, which means we are almost at the right level. I've just got to lay another layer of dark bluish grey plate on top of this and go around the outside. But yeah, we're pretty much there. This takes a lot longer than I expected. Obviously, we still have 1 plate and then we'll have the tiles on top. So then I just went back through and added the dark bluish grey plate all around the outside just to finish off that layer. And then I'm just going to go back over and put a layer of dark bluish grey all across the top layer. Okay, and there we have it. The whole top layer is completely plated off now. You can kind of get a better view for how big this mock is going to be. It's quite a sizable mock. It's only 2 grey base plates, but it's still pretty big. Now have it the layer of all of those tiles and stuff. It's all going to be tiled off on top as well. But yeah, now I can really start getting to work on the actual base and the actual frame of it. And I'll hopefully start a bit of that in today's episode. Okay, a bit of a switch up from building right now, but as I decided to go with Imperials, of course I had to get some blasters for the Imperials. So we have here, I believe 20 of these just regular, I think these are the E11Ds, I'm not entirely sure, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that one, but yeah, a ton of these custom blasters for my Imperials for this mock, so that's perfect, because I do have a ton of clone blasters, but I seem to just never have bought any Imperial custom blasters, so I decided to pick up a load of those from eBay. I'll leave a link down below to the seller if you guys are interested in picking some of these up. But I think I got these for like £10 total, which is not bad at all, around £2.50 for a lot of 4, which is pretty good, and I'm definitely going to be using them in this mock. Okay, so back to the building now, and I was feeling a little uninspired with the sort of actual base itself, so I decided to prototype and work on a cool staircase design. So this is actually something I got from a guy on Instagram. I'll leave his sort of Instagram up on screen right now if you're going to go check him out. But yeah, this is a really cool stair design. Slightly modified it at the top. Obviously, it's not going to be floating or anything when it's actually in the mock. But yeah, I thought it was quite cool. It basically uses these sort of like, I think they're called panel pieces. And just slide in there, and it's really smooth and allows for quite a nice little textured design. And I think it's cool design. I think I will be using it. Obviously, it will be a lot bigger. I've just got to buy more of those curved slopes that go on the sides. But yeah, definitely going to be incorporating this somewhere into the mock. Okay guys, so it's safe to say I've got a lot to update you on. Obviously, I just showed you about that little stair design back there, but we've also done a load of work on the outside, and we've actually started to build a wall, which is finally good. I've kind of been waiting for the sort of like wave of inspiration to start building and stuff, and I think I've done pretty well so far. Obviously, none of this is set in stone yet. Not 100% sure whether I like this design or not, but we have this sort of wall running along the front here. I was going to do some sort of curved wall, but in the end it just wasn't going to work. I didn't have the right pieces for it, and it would have been a very, very tough one to build, and I just wasn't sure how I'd finish it off on the top, and it would take away a lot of the space inside as well. So I decided to go with this sort of design right here. You can see there's a few different angles and stuff and different slopes. I tried to use some different techniques to get these sort of like sloped angles and that sort of thing. Some different hinge joints and stuff on the inside. You can see there's also a load of foliage outside as well. These are just sort of like big palm leaves and stuff like that. This is meant to be set on Ryloth, I think I'm going to go with. So this kind of fits the design of Ryloth and the textures of the plants that are found on that planet. So obviously then moving on to the inside now, and we have this sort of entrance right here. This is just going to be, obviously this is nowhere near set in stone, they're not even at the right height yet, but we're going to have sort of like a big arch or sort of like a semicircle over the top there. And this is all open. I still haven't really thought about what I'm going to do here, but I've started to work on some stuff over on this side of the mock. So I'm going to show you this in a second, but it's basically going to be like this small hallway going off to the side, and I'm going to start to work my way across the entire mock. The stairs aren't going to necessarily be there. I think we're going to have some sort of like second floors and stuff, not in like the whole thing, but some like balcony sort of areas and stuff, but we're going to have to see. I've started to prototype some of the walls I'm going to do, maybe come back along there and then across there. But yeah, let me know what you think of this so far in the comment section, and I'm going to show you some more of the details of this over here in just a second. Okay, so this is going to be sort of like a blast door right here, so you can see this is actually meant to be fixed on, but I need to push that into place in a second. But yeah, we've got all this sort of snot floor here. It's going to be raised up by a little bit. There's going to be sort of like steps going up to this. And this is going to be sort of like a hallway, the entrance to a hallway, maybe going down to another area of the base. We have some designs on the wall and stuff. I've spent a bit of time doing this, and I think it's come out quite nicely. I'm not sure about the red, or not sure about this little piece here, but I'm going to try and redesign it and stuff and change it up and see what happens. But what I'm going to do is basically use these headlight bricks in order to have lights shining down. So I think I'm going to have like a red light in this hallway here, so I'm going to use a red stud and put some bit lights in here and have them shining down into the hallway, illuminating this up, and I think that will look really, really awesome. Again, I got this a bit of inspiration from this from a guy on Instagram as well. I know you guys, I definitely would recommend using Instagram and that sort of thing to find photos of mocks that you like and enjoy, and definitely use them for inspiration. I think that's definitely okay as long as you credit them and stuff. So there's the photo of the guy's mock that he did. Full credit to him again will be linked down in the description. But yeah, got a bit of inspiration from him, switched it up a little bit, tried to change up the colors and stuff like that, and some of the designs obviously is very different to his. He had like a weapon rack here and stuff, but yeah, I just sort of quite enjoy just taking inspiration from other people and switching it up and stuff. I think that's very important in mock building, especially if you are going to use someone's mocks and stuff. Definitely credit them and stuff like that. Obviously, don't just try and rip it off as your own creation. But yeah, I definitely think it's good to find inspiration from other people when you're a bit stuck with your designs and stuff. But yeah, that's how much I've done so far. I will be trying to do a little bit more this episode. I might even get a bit more of this wall built up, but this actually took me a lot longer than I thought it would, so we'll see how we can get done. So there we go, we've added a bit of design and detail to this wall right here. We've added a pipe up above it as well, and did this sort of like cross design to the wall to add some extra detail and texture to it and really bring it out of the wall and make it more 3D rather than just flat and straight. But yeah, that is it for today's episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this week's episode of the building segment. I know it has been slightly delayed, but I'm sorry for that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. We have got quite a bit of progress done, and I'm really happy with what we've done so far. Let me know if you've got any changes or any additions to the mock that you want to make. As always, your feedback is very, very muchly appreciated. So thank you so much, guys. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.